believe I'm about to say this. I gotta say it though.
I'm listening.
What my little brother wanted me to talk about was, I ain't gonna say how I know I could do this, but this since I've been a child. This lady car was broke down.
Mm-hmm.
Her car was broke down. And I'm gonna say this. Please don't believe me. The lady car was broke down. And I told her, listen, I could start your battery for you. She said, we need jumper cables. I said, no, you don't. I put my hands on the battery. I got this little thing that I do. I told her, give me the keys. I jumped in there and cranked the car. She said, you my angel. I say, speak nothing of this. You know?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to tell you what really had changed my life, Then when you saw the dramatic change.
Yeah.
Dramatic.
Or drastic.
I said dramatic?
Oh,
that's a new word. I just invented
it.
I just invented that shit. I'm a gangster. Ooh, bitch, Kevin, I fuck with you. But yeah, though, that dramatic change I had underwent. I'm going to be honest with you when I tell y'all this real talk.
Yes.
God killed every one of my children. I was 14 of them. I got 4 that's biologically mine. I got partners that's dead doing life, and all their children my children. Mm-hmm. May God take the breath out of every one of their bodies. I've been to heaven, what people call heaven. I've been to the celestial court. I got here through fasting. I'm talking about not eating nothing. For like 42 days, I ain't eating nothing. Just liquids, just water. Like, people want to know, like, well, how did you fast? And hey, you not gonna do it 3 days. You're not gonna do it 4 hours. You're not gonna. So why even ask? But I have to give this enlightenment to people. But through fasting, I was able to go into the celestial court. I had been behind the first veil once. Mm-hmm. I've been behind the second veil twice, and I've been behind the third veil once. In the fourth veil, that's when I saw people. I had went to. Oh, forgive me, you heard me. That's that little thing. That's crazy. Now I was talking about my brother, and he called me. We telepathic.
Yeah.
We telepathic, but he gifted. He gifted. But anyway, long story short, the 5th time I had went, I was laying in the bed with Drake one day, and she was like, "Where you went?" And I thought I had a dream, but I knew I wasn't having a dream. You know what I'm saying? This is physical. I ain't talking about my spirit left my body, not that weird shit. I'm talking about you, us, death, celestial court. Well, I had this last little time I went in the celestial court, and when I was up there, in there, because it wasn't no up. I just was vibrating so high that I was allowed in. And I ain't gonna speak about all of it.
Yeah.
But heaven, I never saw hell before in my life, but heaven is scary. I saw creatures that could have crushed me like this, and they was all in fear. They all was face down, like to the throne. They was in fear, but they like scared to death. I had to ask permission. Could I pray? I had to Creator, may I stand? Creator, may I pray? Right. I had to ask permission. It was like every species that was ever created. I'm talking about, this gonna sound crazy. I don't do drugs. I can't believe I'm saying this. I know the world gonna look at me crazy for saying this. I've been in the celestial court. That's what made me question everything I was ever taught. Because I've been in the celestial court. I seen it's like the ambassadors for every living species. They was all face down. And it, like the way Muslims pray, they was face down.
Right.
The gravitational pull made your face hit the ground. You couldn't even stand up if you wanted to. That was the first time. It was the scariest thing I ever saw in my life. Because their fear made me fear. It was quiet. You ain't having no kind of sexual desires, none of that. You beyond the veil. You know this is realer than us sitting in this room. And that's what really changed my life. It changed my life all the way. I've been on this spiritual journey, but it changed my life all the way.
When you saw that?
I never saw the face of my Creator. But when I gotta say this, I hate to even say this, this gonna challenge everything everybody ever been taught. God is a man and a woman. Together, they are one. The masculine and feminine energy. Allah, our Heavenly Father and Holy Divine Mother, together as one. But we say he as to the masculine partisan. That's what made Islam make sense. Make it more make sense to me. And I went twice.
Did you see the same thing both times?
The second time I went, I ain't gonna speak about that because
Yes.
I'm really speaking ahead of my time.
Too much,
but
yeah.
somebody need to hear this. The second time I went, it was unreal. It was beautiful. The second time I went, it was beautiful. They gave me understanding.
The energy was different.
Nah, the energy was the same, but they gave me understanding to why. Because the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. You know, how could you say you love God, but you love not his creations? They go even for animals. They go for insects. They go for everything.
Yeah.
They go for everything around us. Trees, grass, everything. Everything has the spirit of the Creator, the Almighty.
Right.
So, you know, I don't care what religion you is no more. I swear to God, like, I don't religious gangbang. Like, because when people tell me, like, man, I be seeing my ancestors, I know you do, because I see mine. Mm-hmm. I see mine. I know you do. You know, like, I made a lick cage really popular. You know what I'm saying? But wasn't no rappers wearing it. They wasn't wearing it at first. You know what I'm saying? I made that popular. You know, it was a few that knew. I was the first one to come on with them with the lick cage on till I realized that our ancestors were so spiritually in tune that every attribute of the body, they gave it a name. These spirits that you say that's just, you wear that to remind you of what's already in you.
Thanks.
You know, the only God I ever see is the one in me. That's the only God I ever see, like, we are. You know what I'm saying? That's the only God I ever see. I don't see, like, you know, no other God. I see, like, the God I see in me. It's the only God that I really see. And the God I see in other people, like, that's all I see. I don't religious gangbang and none of that no more. It's only one creator, but the rituals may be different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't judge, and I learned that I was dealing with these Native American people. Man, it's so crazy. Like, when I was gifted these feathers, I couldn't eat or drink for 4 days. You know, I'm thinking it's punishment. It was really a test. You know, I had to outside in all the elements. They say if it rained, then it was meant for it to rain on you. If it get cold, it was meant for it to get cold. If it get hot, it was meant for it to get hot. Everything that you have to surrender and trust the universe. And then they had remind me, like, this smoker. I ain't gonna say a junkie. I don't even like that term no more. This smoker say, man, I sleep outside, Kevin. Everything I need. I mean, his eye is on the sparrow, so I know he watches me. I say, that sounds like an old church song I used to hear. He said, yeah, but it's true. And I learned that I had to relearn that through dealing with these Native American people, and they gifted me an eagle feather. They gifted it to me, and it's the bravest, strongest, holiest path. They also, one of my chiefs, Chief Sonny, and then I was also gifted hawk feathers, and just not too long ago, I was gifted owl feathers as a symbol of, you know, growing into my intuition and trusting it. Instead of just going off of what I see, what I hear, and what I think, I'm going off my intuition and my spirit. And that's just where I'm at with it now. Like, I can't even believe I said all of this on this show. Like, if you think I'm crazy, hey, cool. I don't care. I love you. You'll see.